Hello world, my name is Tim Ruswick, and today we hit a massive milestone. A massive milestone on the channel. This isn't going to be an informative video. This isn't going to be a crazy high-tech packed information video. This is going to be me talking about the future of the channel and some of the things that we've achieved and where I want to kind of go with it. So I've had this sitting here a very, very, very long time. This says, it has a number on it. It's a post-it note with a number on it. It says 16,293,600 with my horrible handwriting. This number has changed many times, and I change it every year on my birthday because this is 31 years in minutes. This is 16,293,600 minutes, and I'm 31 years old, even though I haven't lived the full 31 years quite yet. This is my age in minutes. And the other day, yesterday, my channel, I don't know if you can see that, probably not. It's overexposed, but I'll read it for you. 16,428,913 minutes watched on my channel. Which means people have looked at my face for longer than I've been alive. If you watch some of my really old videos years ago, my goal this whole time was to make an impact. It was to help people. And it started in the midst of depression. It started in the midst of like me just not wanting to get out of bed. And I wanted to like help people with a passion that I was passionate about. But at the same time, I also felt super scared and I didn't feel like I could make games professionally. And so I decided to like do it, but I decided to like try and help other people do it. And it's been a long, crazy journey, man. I think I've been on YouTube for like 3-4 years now. And in that time, I've like launched games. I've made thousands of dollars with my game. I've made dozens of games, and not just the commercial ones. Like I've literally made dozens of games. I've learned so much about game design. I've built a whole community here. We got a massive Discord of game developers all across the globe that'll help each other out. And it's weird, man. It's weird. This goal seemed completely unattainable. Like some people got financial goals, some people are trying to make, you know, a living doing what their thing. Mine has always been this. It's always been this. It's always been the impact. And it sucks having to bump this number up every year. Like I think I started when I was 28 or 29. Like you get a year older, you gotta remake the number. You're a year older now and you haven't released it. And for a long time I thought I wasn't gonna get there because the number just kept increasing every year, and 30 was hard. I was like, oh shit, I'm an old man now. But we hit it. And if you notice, I've been posting daily videos. I don't know why I would put that back up there. It's done. It's weird. Like okay, you hit a goal. Now what do? You just okay. You like throw it in the trash now? It's okay. Now what? That's how you feel after you release a goal. Like people are like, yeah, it's usually one of the best things you could ever do, but sometimes it's got an empty feeling to it. It's like, what? Okay, whatever. But if you've been noticed, I've been doing daily videos again, and it's just I switched back to daily videos because I just felt like it was the best use of my time. You know, I tried editing videos. I tried doing less videos, but more highly edited videos. Didn't really work out. It's not really compatible with me. I feel like I'm just better at just talking to the camera than like spending a bunch of time editing. So even though it's not ideal, and some people do prefer the more information dense videos and stuff like that, you know, I'm making 5 of them a week. I'm making one every weekday. I gotta chill out a little bit on some of the stuff in order to just get this volume of work done. So I decided to just kind of stick to my strong points. I'll just do what I'm good at, in my opinion, and just do that and just work on games and share my stuff as I learn about games. That being said, like a lot of stuff has changed. So why don't we talk about my games personally? Because we've been in a weird spot right now with Cypherpunk and Barn Battles. If you've been following the channel for a while, you've seen Cypherpunk. It's a stealth hacking roguelike. It's like this monochrome looking turn-based stealth game, which is I think is really fascinating, really unique. It's got some Sokoban elements and stuff like that. But the game also has like some design problems, and it's really big and complex. And when I started that game, what I wanted to do was I wanted to do a 3-month strategy game, because I wanted to do it as an experiment. I wanted to see, okay, if I spend 3 months on a game and I launch it, can I make more than 3 months burn on Steam? So what I mean by burn, just for those of you that don't know, is how much money I spend every month. I count as the cost investment on the game. So if I'm looking at a game as a business, the business has got to make more money than you put in, right? And if I spend $2,000 a month, which is usually what I end up burning every month just for rent and bills and all that stuff, I need to make that out. I need to make that back, right? So I've got to make at least that for the time I spend. So if I've spent 3 months on a project, I've got to make $6,000 to make the game break even. Anything beyond that is profitable. So, and I haven't done that thus far. Phalophobia, you know, that project was 4 years. I didn't expect it. Like, I had different goals for that game, because that was just like the game I needed to get out of me, right? The game I needed to get out of the way. It had a lot of negative emotions and a bunch of stuff to it. But it's gone now, and like I hate to say it, but like I fucked up again, man. I did the beginner mistakes that I warned everybody against. And Cypherpunk started as a 3-month project, but then 950 hours later, it's this big ass fucking super procedural world generated roguelike. And it's complicated because like the game is beautiful, and I love the game so much, and we've got working builds of it. It's just it's got a lot of issues. It's got a lot of issues to it. Like, it looks fantastic, okay? I'm really, really happy with the current builds of the game. But it's got the main thing it's got is usability issues, right? So like the feedback I get all the time on this game is, this looks amazing. I don't know what the hell's going on. And that sucks to hear, man. That sucks to hear, especially when one of the design goals of this game was to make a game that was more accessible, because roguelikes are notorious for not being accessible, right? Like, they've got all these key bindings, they've got all this hard stuff that's hard to learn. They don't tell you any stuff. So I love this game. I really do. I really believe in the potential of this game. But I'm just kind of lost right now in the design. I'm a little bit lost. I'm a little bit lost because the game is so big and complex. It's got issues, and I need some time to think about it, and I need some clarity, and I feel like I need to come back to it. And it makes me very conflicted being the dude on YouTube that just is very much about finishing games, right? It's about finishing everything you start. And when I was sharing all the finish it stuff and the hashtag finish it and all the stuff on the channel and recommending people be that dude, I was trying to be that dude, right? Like, I was never able to finish anything in my life. At this point, I've finished dozens of games. I've launched commercial games. I've launched commercial game twice. I've did physical editions of my games. I've did all this stuff that I never thought would be possible, and I finished it. But sometimes now I feel like that philosophy, that like binary philosophy of you have to finish everything that you start and you can't start anything else until you finish it. That helped me tremendously when I had a problem finishing. But now I feel like it might be getting in the way of this game design. I feel like I could power through Cypherpunk. I really feel like I could. But I feel like the game would suffer. And I feel like it would benefit a lot from a couple months of clarity and sitting around. So that being said, one of the things I decided to do was to take Barn Battles and take it to Steam and spend 2 to 3 months modifying that game, adding content and a series of things to take it to Steam, and just in the meantime work on that project. Because one of the things about Barn Battles, which I have a video on my channel if you haven't seen it yet, I kind of showcased it, is it's got a very clear design. Unlike Cypherpunk, which we've been through several iterations of what the game is and all this stuff, and so it kind of muddied up like what the game is supposed to be, and a lot of that design stuff got lost. Which by the way, like I'm a solo developer too, so it doesn't help when like all this is just in my head and that's the only place it is. So like that's a whole nother issue. But I decided to go for Barn Battles. We're actually changing the name to Battle Barn Tactics, and it's going to be coming to Steam soon. I'm gonna get the page up soon within the next like couple weeks, just because like both of these pages actually, Cypherpunk and Battle Barn Tactics, just because the pages need to be up collecting wish lists and stuff. I really feel like it's the right choice. I really feel like it's the right choice creatively, and I really feel like it's the right choice monetarily, because I do, just based on the data that I have on I'm gonna whatever I call it, just it's Battle Barn Tactics, but the itch version is called Barn Battles. Just bear with me if I mix up the titles. For Barn Battles, I have data that shows like it's one of the longest played games as far as playtime in any of my games. Like people just play it longer. And especially since the version I'm tracking is on the web, it's really hard to get people to play web games for a long time. And that game has really high playtime for a lot of the stuff. So like just mathematically, I feel like it's a good route, but also like it was in one of my viable genres that I talked about. And it really is the game. Like this is an older version on itch, which I shared. But this game really is what Cypherpunk was supposed to be. And like obviously Cypherpunk is a different design. It's not a tactics game, it's a stealth roguelike, but this is a simple 3-month procedurally generated strategy game. Right? And that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted this game to be. That's what I wanted my next project to be. And I kind of got lost with Cypherpunk and I overscoped, and like a lot of developers do. It's just, I guess I'd take it harder on myself just because I should have known better, right? Like I preach about this stuff all the time, and still, like that's why they call it scope creep and not like scope jump off a cliff, because you don't start like, oh well, I'm just gonna add 10 months to this. That's fine. You start by adding a week to it, and then week turns into 2 weeks, and week turns into 3 weeks, and so on and so forth. So Cypherpunk needs some clarity to figure out where to take some of the design. But I think Barn Battles has its design. Like this is very clear, and this has changed a lot. By the way, this looks a lot better in the current versions, but I'm not showing any of those quite yet. But we've got a snow biome. All the biomes have their own little like trees and bushes and stuff. We've got a dirt pigsty kind of thing. Each biome is going to have its own set of animals, and the animals have their own abilities and so on and so forth. So the new version is actually quite different than this, but it's like it's built, like it's designed, right? Like it's clear. It's clear. So I've got to power through this and build this out, and hopefully do a Steam launch sometime in July or August is the current plan. And that's what I think that's what I'm going to try to do. That's what I'm going to try to do, is really focus on that and see if a 3-month project is possible. And I don't know what to expect, honestly. We'll see. I'll be sharing the details and the revenue and all that stuff as well with y'all, and you guys can follow me on the journey, and we can talk about it. We can discuss, and I would love your thoughts on this too. If you've got plans. And the last little community update that I actually want to share is the Patreon. So I've been working on this a lot. I've been adding a bunch of stuff to it. One of the things I did is I just recently went through and I changed a lot of things. I front loaded a lot of stuff. So a lot of people have been talking about the $5 tier, but I added a ton of stuff here. The monthly reading list, exclusive video content, the book summary reviews. I just recently updated our marketing tools list, which I have a ton of really cool automated marketing tools and stuff to do. I'm in the process of adding a bunch more stuff to the mid and larger tiers as well. And we've got gold, which is like the mastermind where we meet once a month and we all go over accountability and stuff. But this is still in progress, so don't like look at this and just be like, oh well, there's whatever. I'm gonna be adding a lot more stuff to each one of these, but I want your input on it, right? Like last night I posted something in Discord where I basically asked for input from the current patrons, because I want to add everything that they want. I want to maximize what I can add with what can help the most people, right? Like I want really figure out like what we could do. And one of the things we're talking about is some kind of showcase to showcase people's games and stuff like that. And I just like that. It looks good. It looks good. So I'm thinking about some kind of indie showcase program. I don't know if we'll do it in video. Maybe we'll have the developers talk about their game for like 5 minutes or something over footage of it or something. We'll figure something out. But I want your input too. Like what would, if you're not a part of Patreon, what would make you join? What can I give you that would make you join? And then if you are a part of Patreon, like what are you there for? What do you want more of? What can I do that would like help you out even more? Right? Some of the tiers already have like my press list and stuff. I'm actually going through all of the marketing and press list and YouTuber list and all that stuff that I use from Fallophobia, and I'm adding that to Patreon as well. But like more stuff like that, like what, you know, anything, just let me know what you all want, and I'll see what I can do. But yeah, man, it's been crazy. It's like a community update, right? Got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff we're in a interesting spot. It's a lot of crazy stuff's going on in the world, and you know, games are, it's weird that like a lot of industries are falling apart, but like our industry is like doing better than ever. That's weird. That's weird. And like I'm grateful, but I'm also like, you know, I feel bad for a lot of people. A lot of crazy shit's going on. And I don't necessarily, I don't know. I don't really know what to do. You know, I don't know how to help the most. I've tried the daily videos because I know a lot of people they want the extra content. They got some extra time. So I've been trying my best to push out as much content as I can 5 days a week. I want to do the same thing on Patreon if I can. I want to do the same thing for our Discord channel too. If you're part of our Discord community, and we just set up the daily challenge stuff, which is really, really cool. The daily challenge that people post the thing they did today every day in there. And we also have a daily discussion where we talk about today's video, which today is going to be a weird discussion topic. But yeah, like I just thought I would make a quick community update because I haven't done one in a couple months, and I like to do them every couple months, and share you guys my thoughts and like what I'm working on and what I'm thinking. But I appreciate you watching if you made it this far. I can't believe I talked for 17 minutes, but that's, you know, that's me. I will see you in the Discord, or I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.